There's another fight going on December 3rd.
Mm-hmm.
This is the we're switching to MMA.
MMA. We're switching over to MMA.
We're getting to the finale of The Ultimate Fighter, which
Season 14.
And the head coaches was Michael Bisping, who this will be his 15th fight in the UFC, versus Jason Mayhem Miller, who hasn't fought in the UFC since he lost to GSP.
Right.
And that was many, many moons ago.
Right.
Now, with that said, Jimmy, how do you see the fight going?
Well, I'll say
because this should be a 5-rounder.
I hope that Mayhem Miller wins. I mean, as you know, I'm not exactly a Bisping fan.
Yeah.
I think you don't say.
I think Mayhem Miller is going to finish the fight. It's a 5-round fight. I think he is going to finish it. I think he's going to submit him.
Yeah. You know what's funny?
I'd love to see him knock him out.
You know what's funny?
As George was saying, he's not going to stand up with him.
When you look at Bisping's record, I mean, like George was looking at, we're going over it a little bit earlier, and he has had what? This is going to be his 15th fight,
and he's only caught 3 losses.
And he's only lost to, I mean, he lost the UD to Vanderlei. He obviously got knocked out by Hendo, and then he caught the loss to
split decision versus Rashad, and that was at 205.
I don't remember that fight.
Yeah. he has a very good record. And I remember at one time we were saying he's overrated, but now sometimes we could probably look at him and say the opposite. But
yeah, he might be. I wouldn't say he's underrated and he's not overrated. I think he is what he is.
Quick.
Yeah.
Yeah, he fell off the radar quick. With that said, we were talking, I think Jason Mayhem Miller is definitely underrated. I think he's a good fucking fighter. I think you haven't heard a lot of him from, he's kind of been doing the bully beatdown thing. He hasn't been in the UFC in a while, but I'm going to tell you.
He's fought a lot in Japan. I mean,
he's fought a lot.
He fought in Strikeforce.
Yeah. Gentlemen, you have to remember Jason Mayhem Miller's last professional fight, and I don't know if he's done anything off the record, was September 25th of 2010.
Yeah.
It's been over a year, and his last fight. And we've seen guys come in from outside the UFC, and their first time in the UFC was like, "Oh my Jesus, what's going on?"
Oh my Jesus!
It's a different atmosphere now, mind you. This is going to be at one of the smaller venues. I imagine this is going to be like at a Hard Rock or one of the casinos.
Right.
So it's not going to be at the MGM. It's not going to be a big thing, but it's going to be.
He does understand the hype and the the circumstances.
Like motorcycle gang off.
So, the Sons of Anarchy.
Right. Yeah, the Sons of Anarchy.
Great show, by the way. And Clay's dead.
Right. I think, like what Jimmy said, I think if he can get to the ground,
I think Mayhem has a distinct advantage over this cat on the ground.
Like I think, if it stands up, I think obviously Bisping's got the advantage, but I think that Mayhem Miller's going to try to take him to the ground, and I think that he will take him to the ground, and I think that he'll submit him. He just has such good BJJ, and I think he can utilize that. I think a lot of people haven't had the opportunity to see him fight in the UFC, and he could be. I think if he wins this fight, I think he could be a force to reckon with in that class.
Now, my question to both of you is, where does it put the winner of this in the title contention? Does the winner of this fight need to fight one more before they get a shot at the title? Because it's been decided. Chael Sonnen will fight again, and it will be in February, but it will not be against Anderson Silva. Now, I'm sorry.
Everybody thinks he's going to fight Mark Munoz.
Yes.
Yeah.
So now, here's the question. Does the winner of this then get the winner of that fight, and then or are they just going to go straight for the money?
People will think I'm crazy to say this, but I'm going to tell you what. If Jason Mayhem Miller beat Bisping, I think Miller versus Chael Sonnen, I think that is a bad matchup for Chael Sonnen, for someone like that. Because Sonnen ground and pounds, and all of a sudden, I think all of a sudden now you're messing with a guy that, he's pretty big. He's got your hands are.
Mayhem's strong.
Yeah, Mayhem's, and he's strong. And now all of a sudden you're going to take him to the ground. He is crafty as shit on the fucking ground.
And we saw what happened to Chael.
Yeah,
right. Mayhem 6'1", $185.
And you've seen how many times he gets submitted. I mean, Chael Sonnen gets submitted.
He's susceptible to that.
Well, so I guess the winner of this, whether it's Bisping or Miller, where does it put them in the title race? Do they need to win one more?
They're going to need to win one more because what happens is whoever Sonnen fights, the winner of that is going to get the shot at Anderson Silva.
If it's Sonnen.
Yeah, and people out there are going,
if it's Munoz, he'll get the shot too.
It's funny as shit. It's people out there going, Anderson Silva. Might not like Anderson Silva, but to say Anderson Silva is ducking Chael Sonnen, that's just some retarded ass shit. Just shut the fuck up.
Right. Okay? He's got a bad shoulder.
Everybody said it about Okiami or whatever.
I don't think that he's ducking him. I mean, I think in his own mind he does know that it's not the best matchup for him.
No, he knows it's the best matchup, and I think that he's not going to come in that
It's
fight.
not a guy he wants to fight all the time. That's for sure. And he would definitely like to make this the last time.
And here's the other thing. In somewhere along the lines, Anderson Silva said, "Let's do the fight in Brazil," and Chael said, "Okay." Now that was Chael 2 days ago.
Right.
And as we've all seen with him, he might change his mind, just like he did with his loser leave town match.
Right.
So who knows? Next Thursday he might go. It has to be on a mountain in Canada while two goats fuck and we fight. I mean, who knows? I hope he goes to Brazil because I'm gonna tell you what, win or lose, he's gonna have a tough time getting in and out of that country unscathed.
Yeah, I mean,
I don't think you'll see him fighting in Brazil.
I don't either, man. I mean, he's just got too many. He's pushed it a little bit too far.
Oh,
you
yes.
know? But I think what was the guy from Japan? Is it Okiyama or Akiyama? I forgot. Who basically Silva fought and got
Okami.
Okami. I'm sorry. I'm Okami. Sorry, but Yushin Okami. Everybody was saying that he was ducking him. Did you see what fucking happened? Right. You know what I mean?
I think that pisses Anderson Silva off.
Yeah.
And let me tell you, we've all seen a disinterested Anderson Silva.
And he pissed off.
And then we've seen the pissed off, I'm tired of you running my mouth. Let me show. Ask Forrest Griffin.
Right.
Ask James Irvin.
Yeah.
Ask anyone who sat there and pissed Anderson off. He comes in and I think he trains different. I think I think
that could be the thing with Chael Sonnen. He might have some. He might really be taking his fight very seriously. Like he wants to humiliate him.
To me, I'm interested to see how he does come out to that fight because let's face it, Chael Sonnen, whether you like him, dislike him. I mean, the guy has talked some what I would consider inappropriate trash.
Right.
Yeah.
And so obviously
that's amazing coming from this guy.
Yeah.
No, I mean to me, it's nothing to talk about the person and what you're going to do and that.
But you talk about the wife
talking about
and
the
shit.
family. I mean that's a little much.
Yeah, that's
to me,
crossing
that's
line.
classless.
It is classless.
I mean, I would never do that.
Oh shit! The motherfuckers giving each other high fives, man. But Jimmy tells it like it is, and George just
doesn't like it most of the time.
Right. But let's move the fuck off of here so our editor doesn't kill us and talk about the NBA deal that was.
What about it?
It's tentative right now.
And me personally, I'd say tentative with a fucking couple underlines and some question marks.
Right.
Because these guys have been pissing back and forth, and I don't think this deal's changed much from the one they've been turning down.
I think the bottom line is they're like, okay, both sides were like, you know what, we want to fucking play basketball, and so they're like, fuck it, we're just going to keep a deal that's kind of similar. Bottom line is what they're saying right now is training camp will start on December 9th. Free agency will begin December 9th as well, and the regular season will begin December 25th. See, there's some nasty fucking games. It'll be a 66-game season.
That's really funny because if I remember, or if I recall, David Stern said we need 30 days.
Well, I mean, if the season starts the 25th, today's the 26th. That's 30 days.
But it doesn't. It starts the 9th. Training camp opens on...
But they talking about the season. They need 30 days before their game started.
Yeah, but see, the deal's not done yet, so you know what? It ain't happening.
I think it'll be done by the 9th.
That'll be nice.
Them mugs basically, Black Friday is the place where they make deals. Black Friday, and they obviously took.
Oh, I thought it was a holiday for black people.
No.
You mean where they're pepper spraying people
Black
in Walmart?
Man, people,
Did you see that shit?
Y'all motherfuckers is crazy.
Ridiculous.
Because let me tell you
Walmart
right now,
needs to get their security under control because every incident that happened was at Walmart.
Jimmy and I went to. Yes, Jimmy and I actually hang out outside the show. Crazy, because all you people think I hate him. I do. Oh, there was a perfect line about his mom, but I didn't say it.
Yeah. Thank you, I appreciate it.
Yeah,
no problem.
So does she.
Jimmy and I went in the best.
Please turn it off.
Now, Miss Zach.
Jimmy and I did go in the Best Buy last night. That place looked like a war zone, and we went in.
It's all
Let me
mess.
tell you, it was modern warfare. I was ready to duck behind things, throw a grenade.
It's funny because he doesn't do that shit when we play. He won't duck. He doesn't do anything. He runs out like he's John Wayne and he's bulletproof. Want to know why I'm reviving him every time.
Kyle basically, we were at my mother's, and basically we came back, and he's like this. Dad, I gotta get some Red Bulls and Monster drinks, and it was like 11 o'clock. I'm like, for what? He's like, I gotta camp out at the mall because the first 100 people or something in the H&M got $200 gift certificates.
Oh wow, they were at least.
Did he get one?
Away.
Yeah, I don't know, but they were going to camp out. But man, there's motherfuckers up there. People who really need clothes. They're up there fucking 9 p.m. the night before.
Dude, there was a chick out in Virginia camping out on Wednesday.
Yeah.
For deals on Friday, talking about they're like, what you gonna get? She's like, oh, I'm gonna get me one of them TVs and one of them DVD players.
Blu-ray.
And I was like,
It was Blu-ray.
dude, it's a Dynex TV. That's the best version. It's a 720p, dog.
That's just not even 1040, son.
1080.
1080, yeah. That's why it's not 1040 because there's no such thing.
Anyway, the NBA.
Well, we definitely don't tell you about shopping deals.
Yeah.
That's
One
why
of us
we're not
could.
the retail. Jimmy.
Oh, squeeze a nickel.
Anyway.
Well, maybe the NBA will play, maybe they won't.
Yes.
I hope you do.
Yeah. Now, real quick, getting off the NBA subject.
How about them Bayou Bengals, boys?
Yeah, your boys are unanimous. Now, I'm going to tell you what.
How can you people, and by people, how on this God's green earth can you people sit there and still try to tell me that Alabama is the best team in college football? Well, their kicker is kicking part of football.
Pay your kicker more money. Oh, you hit that. Damn, sure, you got mad skills, son. Anyway, what I was going to say was, there's a writer, that said he thinks
Robert Smith of all people said Alabama's a better team. How?
Fuck, whatever. The thing is in the game, defense and pressure makes you miss field goals. Right. There's reason you miss field goals,
because he was shitting himself.
He said that he thinks right now that LSU's the best team. They should be the national champion. They've done shit that's like unprecedented. I mean, they played.
I mean, let's face it. They are beating ranked teams week in and week out.
Number 2, number 3, number 8. Right.
Without a quarterback.
Right.
I mean, truly.
Yeah.
They don't even have a good quarterback.
And 4 running backs.
Yeah.
Honey Badger don't give a shit, did he?
He just took it off 92 yards.
Well, and not only that, they switched him to safety.
Yeah.
Because the safety was hurt.
Yeah.
And he was still making plays.
He's
2
nasty.
forced fumbles.
I mean, right now, this writer said that basically he thinks that LSU shouldn't even have to play in the national championship. He said seriously, he goes, they've beaten enough teams. Who they beat everybody. The best teams in the country. They're the national champion in his mind. He says, who gives a fuck what happens to the SEC championship? Right. Who gives a fuck if there's a national championship? Fuck it, let Houston play them, because they'll fuck them up too. It doesn't matter. If you look at 2 and 3, they've already fucked them up. They fucked up Alabama. They fucked up Arkansas. The only other team you can't say is what? Tech and Houston.
Me personally, I don't want to see them
play. Did they play Oregon too?
Yeah, they fucked
them up too.
I don't want to see them play Alabama, even though Alabama's going to stay at number 2. I don't think Alabama's deserving of number 2. I say you either move. If Oklahoma wins out, and let's say
Oklahoma's lost 2 games now. Fuck it.
Never mind. Okay. So let's say Virginia Tech wins out.
Yeah.
I just want to see them play somebody they haven't played before. Now, I think seriously, if they play Alabama again, it's going to be a coin flip, because I'm going to tell you what, Saban's not going to lose another football.
Here's the thing, it's not fair. So Alabama wins, okay?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's 1-1.
Yeah.
I mean, it's the same situation that happened, I don't know, 15 years ago, Florida State.
Yeah.
I forget who won during the regular season, but the opposite team won in the national title game.
I say it's. I mean, you could have it. I mean, people people don't like to see matchups in NCAA football, but you like to see them in boxing and certain things like this. But I tell you what, I think Tech, they haven't played the schedule of any of the SEC teams, right?
No.
They haven't. But if Tech plays,
let them play Virginia Tech.
Yeah, if Tech plays Clemson in the ACC title and beats Clemson, the team that beat them earlier in the year, and redeems themselves, okay? And basically, everybody said that Virginia Tech has got to be a better team. It's always about the
What
teams.
about Stanford?
They lost to Oregon. And Oregon got worked by LSU, so no.
I mean,
sorry.
Stanford. I mean, we would love to see it to be great. You know what I'm saying?
But Andrew Luck is not that. Because I'm going to tell you right now, Andrew Luck struggled with Oregon. Do you know what would happen if he played against that SEC defense?
They're not even going to be in the They're not even going to be in the title game, the Pac-10 title game. Do you know UCLA might be in the title game? That's how fucked up the Pac-10 is.
The Pac-12, if you're counting at home.
The Pac-terrible.
Now, hold on real quick, because we're getting to the end of the show. But sticking on college sports, how about the Maryland University of Maryland? How about them? Mm-hmm. Cutting 8 teams.
Sports.
Damn.
I'm going to tell you what. I'm going to tell you guys this. This is my big thing, okay?
Is it a conspiracy theory?
It's not a conspiracy theory. It's a fact. And
okay.
I'm going to tell you what. And remember, I'm telling you guys, see my shit right here? The Maryland football program, Randy Edsall took it over. Now, it struggled this year. It wasn't his players. But I'm going to tell you what. They're going to be nasty. And I'm going to tell you why they're going to be nasty. Because of Penn State. Because there's loads of people bailing. That guy is from Central Pennsylvania.
I disagree with you. And you want to know why?
Why?
Because Urban Meyer's going to go to Ohio State. And let me tell you right now, when
but
Urban Meyer goes to Ohio State, he's going to suck all those boys from Pennsylvania.
Yeah, but he can't suck all of them, George.
Virginia Tech?
Look, well, put it this way.
Why would they want to go to Maryland?
Yeah.
Well, Maryland, I mean, it's not just that. It's not just Central Pennsylvania. We lose a lot of our talent right here to Penn State. Loads of our talent, man. I mean, look at Richie Anderson. All the guys that came up here, they went to Penn State. Now, nay.
But why Maryland? Maryland doesn't win. They're not
because
winners.
Randy Edsall can recruit. I think he'll be able to get a lot more. Look at Maryland gets some decent players. We got a lot of players in the NFL, a decent amount for what the team.
Right. I know what you mean.
You know what I'm saying? What I'm getting. I mean, think about it. We got some pretty decent players. I think that you're going to get a deep.
All right, do me a favor. and I'm not trying to be an asshole, but I'm being an asshole. Name 5 Maryland players, because I'll spot you too. I'll give you Vernon Davis and Darius Hayward-Bay. You pick up 3 more Maryland players out of the NFL.
That are currently
Don't
playing?
you say a word. Yes, that are currently playing.
Big dude. You got Sean Merriman.
Oh, wow. I didn't know that counted, but okay.
But that's 3.
That's 3. But I spotted you too, so that's 3.
Who did you say?
I said Hayward-Bay.
Who's the other receiver? Torrey Smith, right?
I don't know if he went.
And then who's the guy out in Arizona? Dockery. Derek. Yeah.
Dockett?
Dockett
Went to Florida State, homie.
Yeah, that's right.
He did come to school. He did go to high school.
High school here. You know. Hold on. Let me think else.
So while Kevin's thinking on that one, I got another one for you. I want somebody out there to name a black NFL kicker besides Reggie Roby.
Ooh.
I don't know.
That's all I want. That's my stumper. So if you hung out this long,
but see, it's hard to do that because you think, name me 5 players playing right now from Penn State, even though you know it's a load of them. Name me some.
Wow, Penn State sucks. I don't follow Penn State.
Name me 5
Navarro
players.
Bowman.
Okay.
Pazlewski, the other linebacker.
Mm-hmm.
That's 2.
That's 2, Nick.
Right, but I don't.
Give me 3 more.
I can't. They're probably linemen.
There you go. I mean, it's hard. I mean, to do
But
that.
but I'm not sitting there saying how many people in the NFL are from Penn State. You made the statement, not me.
No, I'm saying that there's a lot of players. Maryland is putting a lot of
Yeah,
players.
he was saying for not a really good. I
good
got what
program.
They do have. They've had some linebackers like E.J. Henderson and his brother and all.
There's another one.
You
Yeah,
know,
I mean,
those guys have come, and they aren't exactly a top program
Yeah,
that you would think of that churns out players.
Right, they're not like Miami or Ohio State or Michigan or Notre Dame, but they put out some players in the NFL. I think it's going to improve. That's my personal thing.
It'll be interesting. For your sake and all the rest of you Maryland fans, I hope your program does get better because you can't get much worse.
Right, and the basketball program hasn't been very good either.
Yeah, our center's
play
fucked
basketball?
up. Yeah, they played basketball. They lost to Iona.
Yeah, that was bad.
That was just.
That's
but
like
you know what?
that-
G-Town is on fire, son.
Seriously, you know what losing to Iona is up there with?
What?
Women's MMA.
We're out.